This is a very beginner-friendly stitch that looks knitted even though it's crocheted. Here I'm using a half double crochet and I'm working into the third loop for every single stitch so that my front and back loop are facing out. And my favorite part is that when you turn it inside out, it has a really unique stitch pattern as well. The only thing I want to point out is that you do have to work from right to the left the entire time. So it either has to be worked in the round, going in the same direction for each row, or you have to finish off after every single row and start over all the way to the right in order to work this stitch. But here I'm starting with a large ring. I'm using 40 chains. If you want to know a hack on how to keep your chains from twisting, I can tag that in the comments, just let me know. And from here, I'm just going to work a half double crochet into the top loop of every single chain, going all the way around. And then when I get to the end, I am not going to slip stitch. I did not chain anything at the beginning of the row either. I'm just going to work my next half double crochet or my first half double crochet of the second row into the third loop here of the half double crochet. I'm also now twisting in the end for my slip knot. Working in. I don't like to do it in the foundation row for this because it can get a little confusing. Now at the end of row 2, I'm just going to keep going for row 3, still working into the third loop. But here's what's starting to happen. So your top 2 loops are starting to turn out and they're going to start looking knitted. I'm going to keep going for a few more rows. Here's what it looks like for row 4. To finish off, I'm going to slip stitch into every third loop again so that my last row of half double crochet are kind of pointing forward the way the other stitches are and there's not a weird gap. So here's what it looks like with the slip stitch. The key here is to keep the slip stitch loose. If you're used to holding the loop in place on your hook, don't do it when you're slip stitching. If you do, it will make it look cinched at the top. I've got 2 more videos on how to make crochet stitches look knitted, so be sure to like and follow for more.